Hi.
Woo.
We roped our husbands into doing today's podcast with us.
Yeah, welcome to today's very special Father's Day episode. Also, Mike, I hope you will appreciate this like I think you will. Guess what number episode the Father's Day special is going to be?
What?
69.
Miss Brittany.
I think
That's a good opening trait about you.
Wow.
we're all adults here.
No, like as in innuendos. I don't know, they're funny.
Every time we go on the highway, I gotta nudge her.
Yeah, every time he gets
Brittany.
he gets the speed right to 69 and he's like, "Hey Brittany, look." I'm like, "Are you 12? Like stop."
Maybe.
Yeah, like when how we'll do anything. I'm like, "Hey, make sure you grab the receipt." I'll grab your receipt. And I'm like, "What? Are you what?" Like,
I am not that
you
bad.
do. You like your little eyebrow goes up. I can't do it. And you're like, "Oh, well, and like whatever it is I just said, you repeat it, but you try and make it like all spicy.
Spice up the marriage.
I know, but I'm like, I literally
Keep
just
it real.
asked you to unload the dishwasher. Like that's all I did. That's all I asked.
I'll unload
We have
your dishwasher.
Yeah, exactly. Just yeah.
So we can definitely put in like sound effects.
Oh boy.
Let's play Would You Rather Fatherhood Edition.
I'll make sure I don't answer for you, even though I'm pretty sure I'll know what you will say. I will refrain from saying his answer.
I feel like if we were better prepared for it, that should have been the segment, is each part of the couple answers the same question separately to see if they line
Couples
up.
game.
So let's get started on these questions. So, number 1.
Who's answering?
Both of you? Who wants to go first?
Whoever just pipes up first, I guess.
Okay, so first question.
We're gonna both be silent.
Would you rather?
We can beat the system, bro.
It'll be really awkward for all the podcasters, like the people who are just listening, like people who are watching us. They'll be like, "Oh, okay, they're actually there," but all the listeners are gonna be like, "Are their husbands really there? Are they just lying?"
So number 1, would you rather help with homework or help with school projects?
Like, what kind of project are we thinking about? Because this sounds similar to me.
Let's say science project. Like they have to go and collect 50 bugs or something.
No.
Yeah, you have to I feel like homework is more of like a quicker deal, whereas a school project would be like a lasting thing.
If the project is collecting $50, can I just short circuit it and give them $50?
She said bugs, I think.
Oh, bugs. So what kind of school project? I haven't been in school in a while. But...
The teacher's just like, okay, kids, can you please just collect some cash and give it to your friend?
By the end of the day, so we're both teachers, but I only teach part of the day. So then I come home and I'm mom the rest of the day. And by the time homework time comes around, I am done. I'm done interacting with my kids. I love them, but I'm like, I need a break. I'm done. So Mike takes over and he does the homework with Clara, and you do really well with her.
Yes, I can help with first grade homework. Thumbs up.
Well, it sounds like you're a professional. I don't know.
What about you? What would you rather do?
I'll help with the homework.
Yeah.
School project. That sounds like a whole thing. I don't know. You already do school projects with them, the coloring and the paper and the.
Oh
art.
Yeah. Okay. So I can be like the project person, and you can be homework.
Also, you have this thing that prints Band-Aids.
Yeah. I make Lily Band-Aid stickers because she loves Band-Aids.
Wow.
And so
That's cool.
Remember Molly would always want a Band-Aid anytime Clara had a Band-Aid.
Yeah.
And then anytime Clara had a Band-Aid, whatever appendage it was on, she couldn't move the entire thing. So she'd have a Band-Aid up on her
Very
shoulder.
Dramatic.
And she, her whole arm would just be locked for the whole day. And I'm like, really?
Just get a cast on.
That's so cute. Second question. Would you rather fold the laundry or do the dishes? And this is just I guess this is just a husband question. I don't think it's a dad question, but whatever.
I would say dishes because the girls' clothes are similar enough in size that I don't always know who gets what.
Oh.
And there's way too many categories.
Yeah.
So they have like different boxes for shirts and skirts and pants and shorts and jammies and blue clothes and pink clothes, and there's like 50 different categories.
Well,
and so like I can't sort out. I don't know. And then a whole bin just for tutus. Like, what is this?
You need
And
tutus? You need
Brittany's
a tutu
terrible at loading the dishwasher.
I think I take it as a challenge. It's like Tetris.
It's chaos.
It's Tetris. I don't like put all the bowls in a row and like all the cups in a row. I'm like,
I will stop her, rearrange everything in the dishwasher, and get twice as much junk in because she's so chaotic.
Is there like a right way to load a dishwasher? Like as long as like everything fits in there. I mean, I've had times where like I can't get everything to fit. But I mean, does it matter as long as
you have some system? Any system's better than no system.
Tetris is a system,
especially an inefficient one.
What about you?
I'll do dishes. I can stand there in one place and not have to go upstairs and downstairs and upstairs
And if you're me and you have ADHD, you go up and down the stairs like a ton of times instead of like taking like the whole laundry basket for everything that goes upstairs. You're like, I'm gonna bring the girls' clothes, and then you're like, oh wait, I forgot this stuff. Oh, and this stuff goes in their bathroom, and then like by the end of it, I've like run a marathon and I'm sweating.
She's got all of her steps in.
Yeah, I'm getting my steps in. That's yeah. All right. Would you rather go to a dance recital or go to a soccer game?
Let's say Clara has a dance recital, and let's say Molly has a soccer game, and they're both at the exact same time. And when you and I have to go, who's going to which?
I'd probably rather go to the soccer game, I guess.
Probably because there'd be food at the soccer game.
Yeah, it's hot dogs.
Yeah, and you can like be loud and like whoop it up for your kid at soccer games.
Like, yeah, I'm not the person who's going to be yelling in like the auditorium when someone's doing a dance recital. But being an administrator, there's families that'll do that, and it just bugs me so much.
Oh my god!
What season is it?
What season? Soccer season or just soccer?
Fall. Yeah.
Fall.
I don't know. Depends on the temperature outside. This is Texas, so I don't feel like they're.
We've been to soccer games where all the parents just sit in their car and they like honk.
It's snowing
because it's too cold.
Yeah.
And they're like, "Hey, good job!"
Oh my god, I would feel so bad for the kids playing. Like
they're running, they're working up a sweat. I'll be fine.
Oh yeah, that's true. That's very true. Would you rather teach your kids how to drive or teach them how to swim?
Oh, dear.
That's hard.
My mom was a very nervous driver, which made her a dangerous driver because she'd like slam on the brakes if any tiny thing happened. Oh, it was bad. My dad was just not a good backseat driver.
No.
I do not want to teach my kids how to drive, so I'll take swimming.
I didn't really have a good experience learning how to drive either. It was both my mom and my stepdad. But yeah, my mom, like every time she's in the car with me, she's always like, watch your speed, and like, what is that, and what are you doing, can you see that, and blah blah blah. And so like I feel like I'm like always like when I'm driving with my mom, and so I feel like that makes it like more dangerous. So I feel like I probably had a better time learning from my stepdad. So I feel like maybe it's just a dad thing. Like dads would be a little like chiller, The last one, would you rather be mom for one day or pull an all-nighter at work?
I will say I'll be mom for a day because I've done things like that before. I have subbed in kindergarten and I survived, and I've taken care of the kids while you've been sick.
Yeah, but what state has the house and the classroom been in at the end of the day?
Beautiful.
Like when I'm not sick anymore, and I'm like, I'm gonna get out of bed today, and I open the door and I'm like, what?
Yeah, but one day. See, one day is not bad. I'll be a mom for a day.
All right. What about you?
Oh, I'll pull the all-nighter. That's easy. I'm not a good mom. Can't do it.
Guess that's why you're a dad.
Yeah.
So what comes to mind when you think of dad?
What does it mean to be a father?
Like when someone says dad, like what's the first thing that pops in your head?
guidance and teaching the kids, really getting them ready for the adult world.
Just scary.
Yeah, it's a big responsibility, getting these kids ready to go out on their own.
Well,
facing the dangers of the world.
Okay, so this was a few months ago. Molly fell asleep on the couch, and you had to pick her up and put her into bed because she was like floppy in your arms, and you looked at me and you're like, "This is the best part of being a dad." And I was like, my heart is melting.
She can be so cute sometimes. Not today.
Today we were not cute. It was not a cute look.
Oh yeah. So yesterday was Lily's birthday. She's 3 now. Yay! But the day before that, so I picked her up from preschool, and she threw like the mother of all tantrums. And so I've got like the groceries ready for like her birthday stuff and whatever, and I'm like excited, and she's just screaming about everything that happens, everything that I say, and everything that I say, she's like, no, don't say that, like, and then just like the mother of all, and then like I had a friend coming over, thank God, and I'd like gotten a bottle of wine at HEB, so I was like, okay, I have some wine, but like my friend came over and opened the door, and I was like, please just go play with my toddler. And I felt so bad because I was like, man, her birthday is tomorrow, like, why can't she be happy?
Yeah, for us, the 3s, people talk about terrible 2s, but the 3s were much worse for us with both kids.
Yeah, we're figuring that. Like, she turned 3 yesterday, but I feel like she's been in 3s for a few months already.
Yeah.
Because, like, I definitely noticed, like, I'm like, oh, something has changed.
What I've seen is the desire for independence comes along faster than the ability to be independent, which makes them really frustrated.
Yeah.
And they want to make all their own decisions, but they can't. And just leads to a lot of whining and fighting and frustration.
I was with Holly at like a doctor's appointment. We were waiting for them to call us back. And there's this other couple with like a little boy who looked to be Lily's age. And this little boy was like throwing a little tantrum, and like the mom was trying to like, get him to calm down and stuff. And I kept looking, and I was nervous they would catch me staring because I didn't want them to think that I was like, oh my God. But I was staring because I felt so validated because like, when you're dealing with that, like you feel like you're alone. And so like I saw like another mom struggling, and I was like the Katniss Everdeen thing, like
what did they do?
Like I wanted to be like, like
Boy Scouts.
Well, what is Katniss? Doesn't she go like this?
Yeah, to like show her support.
It's 3.
Okay, when I want to upset Michael, may the force be with you. He gets so mad. Okay, so what is this?
That's Spock.
Yeah, but okay, but what's the history behind it, Mr. Gurr?
So we were just in Washington, D.C., and we had to go to all the Smithsonians, and we went to the American History one, which is amazing. And they had a piece of a Torah ark. So a big box would have held the scroll of the Bible, and it's like 200 years old or something. Mm-hmm. And there's a picture of a hand going like this, because this is a Jewish blessing. It's like live long and prosper.
Spock is Jewish.
Spock, I didn't know that.
Spock, he was Jewish, and when he was thinking of some alien thing, this is just a hand sign they would show in the Jewish parts of New York City.
Oh, wow!
Cool.
I didn't know that.
So I saw that in the Smithsonian.
It's a New York City fun fact. Mm-hmm. He loves New York. He like knows like everything there is to know about New York City. He's like the New York City encyclopedia.
I don't know about that.
Very nice.
I know about that.
I used to go there a lot.
You need like a Lego set for like all the big buildings in New York, like
the skyline.
Yeah. I was gonna say building, but then I couldn't think of any. What's
Empire State?
Yeah, that one.
Yeah, we'll like be watching a movie, and then he'll tell me like if they're in New York, even if like it's a kind of obscure like part of town, like he'll be like, I know where they are, and like he'll tell me like they're here. Like I'm not trying to make fun of you, like I think it's cool. I'm just like I think it's really neat that he can Yeah, you can just like recognize. Like I'm like, that's just a random road. Like that could be anywhere. And he's like, no, that's.
I'm pretty good at that in general. Like I always kind of know where I'm going.
Yeah, I never know where I'm going. I.
Me neither.
You're a history teacher.
Yes.
What kind of history?
Everything. U.S. history, world history, ancient history, even like government and economics.
Yeah, he did economics this year, and they
That
had
was
like
fun.
a faux stock market where the kids
We did
had
a
to like.
stock game. I printed out my own stock, laminated it. We got Monopoly money. I made a whole spreadsheet and rolled dice to see if the stock would go up or down. And yeah.
But did you have kids on either side of the room yelling at each other?
That would have been good.
We had a very small class, but there was only like 8 students in that class, so and a lot of them were just very, very quiet kids for some reason.
Quiet.
Oh my goodness, really drove me bonkers. But
yeah,
they had a lot of fun.
It's funny, the exchange floor doesn't really operate like that anymore. It's computers yelling at each other.
Right, it's all computers. But we saw some YouTube of back in the day, and my goodness, even up to like the 70s and 80s, there's people with 2 huge desk phones, and they're shouting in one and shouting in the other.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it was crazy.
What are your Father's Day plans?
We're going camping. Only we're doing Brittany's version of camping. We have a cabin with beds and mattresses.
It's a little cabin. It's like it's not like a cabin. It's like a little shack. Because I don't feel like fighting over the tent this year.
So we're going to Yogi Bear's Jellystone Park.
Nice.
And it has heated pools and slides, water slides and stuff. It sounds like a lot of fun.
We need that in New England because everything's always cold. Yeah. You cannot go in the beach.
My version of camping growing up was, bare bones campsite with a tent for 2 weeks at a time. No electricity for 2 weeks at a time, sleeping on the ground.
No, I will not.
Happen.
I haven't been camping in a long time, but I remember, I remember tents and stuff. Like, I don't think I went camping in like an actual like cabin. I think only like once in 5th grade when we did like the Alton Jones trip, the 5th grade trip, and then once was like a Girl Scout camp or something. I love camping, but like I always get penis envy. Because I hate peeing in the woods. I hate peeing in the woods. And you guys have it so convenient. You guys have it so easy.
Yes, you do.
I will only go camping if there is a bathroom, not a porta potty. There must be a bathroom. I don't like
seat 5-gallon bucket.
No,
that's what I grew up with.
I won't.
You won't just dig a hole.
So last year we went camping. I think we're just gonna do it every Father's Day.
Yeah.
But last year when we went camping, so we have these 2 tents that have like a tunnel in the middle.
Oh, cute.
So the girls have one and we have the other, but we can see them.
Aww.
And I bought solar like twinkle lights. Like they're not Christmas lights, but they're kind of like Christmas lights. And I put the solar panel outside of the tent, and then I put the lights inside the tent because the girls like having a nightlight. And then that way at nighttime, the lights just poof, they just like came on. And then if I had to get up and check on them or something, I could just see them because the lights were charged. So that was fun.
What age should we like wait until? Because I'd love to take them camping, but I don't know like when is the right time. Because Holly's 1, but like when
probably 4.
4.
Yeah, because there's not so much for them to do usually. So you're gonna have to figure out some way to keep them occupied. And then just the change of scenery. Kids don't like things changing.
Well, like if they're like toddlers, they're just gonna try and eat rocks.
That's true.
And like bugs.
Yeah, I feel like for camping, there really isn't anything for young children. Because when I think camping, the reason I want to go is so I can just sit and not do anything. And kids don't want to do that.
Yeah.
Like I don't want to go hunting or fishing or kayaking. I just want to sit in the woods,
Damn it. Now I have the Blippi camping song stuck in my head.
Oh,
no.
My dad would give me an old, rusty, very, very dull hatchet and say, go in the woods and get us some firewood. I'm like 5 maybe. So I'd go in and I'd get all the tiny little twigs I could find and I'd chop them up into itty bitty pieces, and that'd keep me occupied for a long time.
That's like a Vermont thing. They're like, go play with sticks. Go play with some
play
rocks.
with a hatchet.
So we're going camping, but what are you guys doing? Because we're recording this on a different day than we normally do because we're both going to be gone this weekend. So what are you guys up to?
So we actually tomorrow we're taking the girls to his friend's daughter's birthday party.
Oh,
that'll be fun.
I found out that he scheduled the birthday party on Father's Day.
Yeah,
I had no idea.
Because he seemed like he had been kind of like stressed, I guess, to like plan this, and so he kind of like put it to. He was like, "Yeah, the 19th," and then I checked my phone. I was like, "That's Father's Day," and he was like, "What? Are you serious?" And I was like, "Yep," and he was like, "Oh man, I guess."
Oh well, dual party.
But
yeah, have like a Father's Day cake and then have like the kid's birthday cake.
Yeah.
You know?
Hey, I'm down for double cake. I love cake.
Mm-hmm. Every time we talk about birthdays or anything, Lisa's like, I like cake. Like it's a statement that has been made probably more than any other statement. Oh, yeah. Like we're like, it's okay to be imperfect. It's okay to have, mental health issues. It's all right. It's great. And Lisa, I like cake. we need to put it on a shirt.
Yeah, I like cake. I mean, I do, and I'm proud of it. Okay,
I'm
proud.
3 cakes in the house right now.
Yep, I identify as I like cake.
Yeah.
Okay? I did get him a Father's Day gift. Do you want to talk about that?
You got me a nice bag.
So you already gave it to him?
I got him a nice bag that matches his pants.
There you go.
My single pair of pants.
I've gotten him a telescope.
Telescope is awesome. First time out, I saw the moons of Jupiter. I saw the rings of Saturn, and this is just a tiny casual.
Okay, tell me about the painting I got you.
She got me a painting of myself as like an ancient royal monarch with like robes and everything.
That's amazing.
It looked like an old oil painting.
It was one of those
funny
Etsy things where like they have like 10 different famous paintings, and then you can like send in a picture of like your person, and they'll Photoshop their face onto it. And I was so nervous because he's the history guy, and I'm like, I'm gonna pick a painting of like a terrible dictator or something.
They all were.
Like, I don't know who I'm picking. Like
there were no benevolent monarchs in the Middle Ages.
And it's funny because it's like this like king-looking guy or some royal, and he's like on the throne. And then the original, he's just like very like. But the picture I sent of Mike, he's like. And so it's in his office. So when the high school kids or like parents come in, there's like this painting of him, and he's like, hey. It's so open mouth smile. I love it so much.
That's awesome. So Mike, you just said that you saw the moons of Jupiter, but did you see the drops of Jupiter?
What?
Like the song?
Were you not alive in the 90s?
Oh, is it a song?
I'm not really musically inclined.
The music so the music that Mike listens to is like.
Okay, I grew up with parents who were very strict music ideas, and we had a giant collection of about 200 classical music CDs. At least
all he
200.
listened to.
That's all I was given, and there was no internet back then. Actually, I was taking our seniors out on a class trip last year. We did a class trip to New York City, and in the very long car ride, they got out their phones and stuff and were, playing me their favorite songs. And I'm like, look up Carmen. They're like, what's Carmen? Carmen, the opera. Oh, this is fun. Like, yeah. That's me.
Like when we're working together, like over the summer, we're like painting rooms in the class in the classrooms or whatever, and like we want to have the radio on or we want to have something playing. It's always like this little like headbutt, very nice headbutt, because he wants to play opera and Tchaikovsky, and I want to play.
Tchaikovsky's my favorite.
Like
1812 Overture,
Taylor Swift or something, and I'm like, can we meet somewhere in the middle?
I actually like 1812 Overture. I'll give you that one.
Yes,
I'll give you that one. I can jam out to that one. But yeah, no, T Swift all the way.
Yes, I want to be in my feelings.
Okay, I might be weird in this way, but I listened to an amazing symphonic rendition of the 1812 Overture so much that I could play all 16 minutes of it in my head just by thinking. And I would sit on a chair in my room and just close my eyes, and I would play the whole thing back.
I play music in my
enjoy
head
it.
too.
Great.
And yeah. Wait, doesn't everybody do that? Is that not a thing?
16 minutes, like,
called
to
being
the
stuck in your head.
that's
Oh.
Blippi goes on like that in my head.
Oh, yeah, okay.
I'll sit in my armchair and
Okay. Oh, but the
jam
entire
out to
16
Blippi
minutes.
and
Okay.
turn
I
Yes!
guess, yeah, that's different. Yeah, I mean, the only music I really listen to anymore is just like whatever is like, like fun, like let's sing about colors, or like Blippi
Yeah,
singing.
what were we
or-
listening to in the car? Cows in the kitchen.
Okay.
Moo, moo, moo. Cows in the kitchen.
Molly got a book from like a yard sale or something that was Cows in the Kitchen, and it came with a CD, right? The CD has like 1 minute on it, and then it loops.
Cows in
I'm
the
like,
kitchen.
you
moo, moo.
printed a whole CD with like one song.
Mhm.
That's it.
And that's all she wants to listen to when we get in the car.
Just loop.
We do
loop.
cows in the kitchen? Like, no.
Plays like 10 times on the way to the grocery store, and it's like 2 blocks away. Like, what is this?
I bought him a book of dad jokes for his first Father's Day after Lily was
Aw,
born.
that's cute.
I bought him a book of dad jokes. And
I'm pretty sure I got Mike one of those dad survival guides, but it was like ridiculous. It was like how to make a diaper out of a sock, and like just like the most random things. Like you're
Never
not
had to do that.
you're not really gonna do it, but it had like illustrations and it was funny. And I think I enjoyed it more than you did because you're like,
Probably.
this is like not very. I can't remember like big words right now, but he was like, it's not logical. Like don't they know there's an easier way to do this? And I'm like, it's funny.
Does every wife use the same voice when they make fun of their husband?
We're just poking fun. It's fun.
Do we all sound
But
the same?
I do use the same voice though. But like for everybody. And like it's not even when I'm talking about like I'm like Lily said this, I'll be like Lily was like but like because like I don't know how to imitate people, so I just use the same like that's like my go-to imitation is just
I did that one time. Well, I think I was in trouble when I was a teenager, and I think I was trying to imitate Dad. I'm like, well, Dad, well, you said, and he's like, I do not talk like that, and I was like, I was just saying what you said, and I can't say it in my voice because I'm a girl, so I need to say it in a man's voice.
yeah.
What was your best moment as a dad?
Oh yeah.
Like a real
Ever?
tearjerker. Yeah. Make me cry.
I've slow danced with the girls in the living room with Disney music playing in the background. Beauty and the Beast. That's always fun. Stepping on my feet.
Oh, you're up, bud.
I feel like this is a question I would have needed to prepare an answer for.
Oh.
I guess most recently, just the other night when like Lily's become like a big pain when going to bed, like when we read to her. So I just like sat and talked to her for 10-15 minutes, and that was that made her want to go to sleep after, and so that was nice.
Oh yeah, so we decided that instead of like it used to be I read a story and then he reads the story and then she goes to bed, and like that's very routine, but like lately I feel like she really likes to like talk to us and stuff, and so I was like, okay, well now let's just do like we'll do one story, and if she wants we can read a second story or we could just like chat. And so like I kind of left them alone to chat about like her week at school or something. I meant to ask you about that. Did she have some cool stuff to say?
She was really sleepy today, but the other day we had a nice conversation, and then she was sleepy, and then she went to bed. And it was nice.
That's so sweet.
Do you guys have any father advice for people listening?
When in doubt, buy them a Happy Meal and they'll be happy. That's like what you're like, you want to go get Happy Meals? You want to go get ice cream? That like fixes everything. Let's go get Happy Meals.
Our kids aren't just slushies now.
So when in doubt, get them a Happy Meal. Mike, is that your advice?
That's right.
Thumbs up.
What's yours?
When in doubt, go find mom.
Ask your mother.
Much better.
I love it.
This was so much fun. Happy Father's Day to both of you.
Yes.
Happy Father's Day. If there are any dad listeners, I don't know if any dads are listening, but happy Father's Day.
Yeah, happy Father's Day to everybody.